For today's cup of coffee, Kid is trying to do special effects back here with a vape.
Yeah.
So if you see something wafting, I just hope I'm not allergic to it, because God knows I can be allergic to damn near anything. So while he does that, we're going to have something that's a little bit different, because we do a little bit different from time to time. Mm-hmm. Some of it's free form, some of it's not. We're going to be talking about hour 10. Well, it's sort of hour 10. We had to fill in gaps on some of it. I think we got 10. Favorite shock/horror rockers. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them, they just put them under, shock rock. Mm-hmm. But some of it is really not. And they had included, I went through several sites. I didn't cite them because I was making up my own stuff. Some of them I didn't agree with. Some of them I did.
Some of them.
Number one, the ultimate, Alice Cooper. I love Alice Cooper. I started listening to him as a teenager.
He's good, but he's more of a sideshow.
He is shock rock. He is what shock rock is about. It is the whole show. And when we got to go see him a few years back, just phenomenal. And he's still doing the guillotine thing. I mean, it just, the costume
Freaked my
change.
shit out that night.
The costume changes. And I had went through and saw a snippet of an article. I didn't read it, but I think it came out in 2021. And he said that shock rock could not be done today. And that's true, because people they get butthurt over everything.
That's true. That is true. They really do.
And as far as trying to, bubble wrap everything.
Blame PC culture.
It makes weak people is exactly what it does.
Internet culture, really.
Well, they're weak.
The real life does not work like online.
No, and this is the reason. If somebody is freaking out because somebody looked at them sideways, what do they really do? What do they do when something really bad happens, like somebody in their family dies, if they get a disease, something like that? What do?
They break down.
And what? Curl up in fetal position and cry for days and weeks and months?
No, they go more batshit crazy. They really do.
Yeah, that's helping the world at large, isn't it? But Alice Cooper has had so many phenomenal albums. He's got one, it's called Dada, that people, a lot of them didn't like it. I don't think he liked it. I think it was during one of his relapse periods. But I love it. I love that album.
Did he play even a single song from Dada?
No, not during the concert.
I don't think he does.
But there's a lot of them, and a lot of the songs are really spooky. Some of them are gory, which most people love. The one about, you had two parts of it, and I don't remember, of course, talking about Stephen.
That one freaked me out.
Oh, yeah, that'll freak you out.
Stephen.
Yes.
Come home. Ooh.
And it's like you don't know whether he, had killed his mother or what. You sort of suspect that he had killed his mother. But it's really good. That's off Welcome to My Nightmare.
Dead Babies.
Dead Babies is really good, and that's a very misunderstood song. It was actually a song that was trying to warn people about neglecting their children. Mm-hmm. And it was, because the baby, she had climbed up and ate a bottle of aspirin and died because the mama was in a bar drinking and the daddy was someplace else.
Yeah.
Nobody was watching the baby. Constrictor is an album. It's still one of my favorite albums. And it's not one of the more notable ones. It's got a song called Halo of Flies, which is great.
Yeah. Just the thought of a halo of flies.
Well, it's really good. It's actually sort of about It's almost like a spy type thing, like 007 type thing.
Mm.
But he has had great stuff. The album Poison that came out, that whole album was amazing. Those videos, whoever did those videos made him look spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because a lot of people trying to do this Ken and Barbie look, and
Cookie cutter, basic.
And Alice Cooper, it's all about attitude. It's not necessarily that physical. And maybe I just like odd-looking people. I like unique-looking people. So, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the eyeliner. Never discount the eyeliner. So, yeah, that's the ultimate shock rock. Then we've got one, this was oldest kids when I was asking him, it's like, who do you think of when I say shy? He's like, Type O Negative, which I think they're more in the goth range, but that was who he thought of as Peter Steele. And that kid was a just huge Peter Steele fan.
Elijah was?
Yeah. And so for me, my favorite songs by them, of course, Black #1.
Mm-hmm. You love that one.
And then Christian Woman. Now, you talk about pissing the Christians off. That will definitely piss the Christians off.
Yeah.
But Peter Steele wasn't...
The pill?
Peter Steele. Verbal dyslexia. See, it's real, guys.
Still Peter.
And it's like...
Peter.
He
Don't
died.
turn me
And look, we talking about this man that had passed in 2010. I didn't realize it had been that long ago. And I had heard originally he had some kind of a heart issue, but whatever it was that I had used as a resource said he actually had contracted sepsis from diverticulitis. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. So I can see how that happened.
You're going to have to tell me what that is afterwards.
Diverticulitis?
Mm-hmm.
It's like potholes in your intestines.
Oh, shit.
And stuff like seeds and different things like that can get caught in those potholes, and then it can cause, infection to set up.
Mm.
But
That's a painful way to go.
If you have never seen what this man looked like,
Tree.
Vampire. Total, complete vampire.
Vampire tree.
He was 6'8" tall.
He's a tree.
And that he had to do 30 days in jail for, I think it was an assault charge or something like that from what I just scanned down through there. I do remember in an interview him talking about that the other inmates left him alone.
Good.
Because he wasn't just tall. He wasn't just one of these twiggy people. He was a big guy. He wasn't fat or anything. He was just mammoth. So...
Someone that would stomp you out.
Absolutely. So, number 2, Type O Negative. Number 3, Ozzy. Oh my God.
You love Ozzy.
I love Ozzy. I do. Blizzard of Oz is one of the best albums that's ever been. And if you read the lyrics, don't just listen to them, read them, because people miss a lot of good stuff by not reading the lyrics.
The only time that I listen to him or Alice Cooper is like when you play it. Very rarely will I listen to it on my own, so I don't know much about.
Sad and tragic.
Like I watched the show. I watched Ozzy's show.
Well, now
someone went in my room and stole all my beers.
Now, who would do that? You. You're the beer thief. You.
Well, let's face it. Ozzy is a little burnt.
A little.
At this point in life.
A little.
But now he came out with a new album a year or so ago. I haven't gotten it yet. But the songs that they had released, and you can find them on YouTube, they were phenomenal. Again, with the lyrics. I'm a word person. I don't just listen to the music. I listen to the words. And I've seen Ozzy in concert 2 or 3 times over the years. Mm-hmm. The show isn't scary. No, he does not blow up a goat. But damn, it was some of the best advertising anybody could have had. And I don't know who started that shit. Probably his publicity people.
Let's go see Ozzy. He's going to blow up and go.
Now, the bat thing, that was a mistake. He was wasted and somebody threw a live bat up on the stage and he thought it was a prop. And yeah, that's how all that started. It was a mistake.
Wouldn't you think, like, as soon as he bit in, he's like, oh, I fucked.
It was too late. Now think of this.
Or he felt it and was like, oh, I fucked up.
I'm sure he did afterwards. So that's how some of that stuff got, started. But his show was not scary. It was just him walking up and down the stage singing. It was a concert. It was not a theatrical whatever. Ozzy just looked scary. And the hype.
He doesn't even look that scary.
He doesn't. It's just this, he's the Prince of Darkness. How?
The man's burnt up in his mansion.
Yeah.
Like, he's just chilling.
But Ozzy is such a, legend. And as far as the shock rock, a lot of that was just hype. He never did touch on that. All right, the next
Satanic
one.
Panic.
You really?
Speaking of Satanic Panic.
God. The next one, Marilyn Manson.
The person who I'm pretty sure started off the Satanic Panic, like as soon as
that started in the 80s. That was Tipper Gore. That was the biggest bunch of bullshit that you've ever seen because I lived through that, and that was the warning labels and everything. Now, admittedly, as a parent, if you've got kids that are under 18 that buy an album that you do not know that they have lyrics that are, sexually explicit, because some of those lyrics are they're talking about drug or alcohol use or something. I don't mind the fact that they've got a little parental warning label that says lyrics. But as far as somebody causing somebody to harm themselves, no, if there's a song, then okay, first of all, why are the parents not sitting down listening to what the kids are listening to? I just want to hear that shit. Listen to the shit. Be objective. See why it is that the kid wants to listen to that. I listen to your shit. And the thing is, some of that stuff that you listen to is shit.
You hate it. You hate some of my
I do.
stuff
But I've
so
listened to
much.
it. But I have listened to it. And we try to find common ground on that. But
I'm a big fan of Jack Off Jill. You know that.
yeah. I was the one that introduced that album to you.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible thing when you were a small child and the Jehovah's Witnesses
I'm
to the
so
house.
glad that happened, though.
And
I'm so glad.
He came through with the CD case and handed it to one of the Jehovah's Witnesses peoples. And with the title, Jack Off Jill.
It was the Sexless Demons and Scars album.
Yeah.
I fucking love that album, man.
And talk about wanting to go through the floor. They didn't come back to our house.
Good.
They didn't
Even
come
as a
back.
child, I was trying to scare them away. Like I said, little Satan. Not a lot of Satan, just a little Satan.
It was one of those days that you're like,
gotta touch a demon in him. Gotta touch. Literally, someone said, I gotta touch a demon in me.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
He was an ADHD kid.
Yeah.
And we had gone to this place of worship, if you want to call it that. And because and he also had undiagnosed food allergies, which can cause, ADHD or hyperactive behavior. And the lady that was over this place of worship really did walk past and go, little bit of demon in him. We didn't go back after that.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I
No.
don't think I'm the drama.
No. This will lead into that cup about why we have issues with organized religion. But
Oh, I'm so ready. Oh, I'm so ready.
There's lots of songs by Marilyn Manson that we like. I don't like everything that he's done. I really don't. I understand that a lot of the lyrics that he has is because he was another one that was wounded by religion.
Some of his songs, they are just flat out shit.
Well, yeah, everybody's got...
They really are.
Yeah. And there was... on YouTube. What was the name of that? It had celebrities where they had paranormal experiences.
Yeah, it's Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Right. And if you go back and find the one where he spoke, that's interesting. Because he actually grew up and went to church and different things like that. And he had said that he fell in with a group of guys and he was just trying to fit in because he didn't fit in anywhere. He was a weird kid. And that they had some kind of spell book or whatever and put him someplace with that spell book, and there was some kind of supernatural experience he had.
Yeah.
And try to explain that to church people a lot of times. And one of the wonderful things about him, and this is what the church people don't get, he took the people that were the throwaways from society and gave them a place to belong.
We're not talking about, like, all Christians. 'Cause not all Christians are bad. It's just the ones, a lot of them, in the churches, like Baptists.
You actually put a disclaimer on me over that. Did it sound that blanket that I was covering everybody? We are believers. We're just not church people. There's a difference between believers and church people.
I don't think religion, or as far as like spiritual beliefs, should be or organized in any shape or form.
Well, sure they can, because that can be a very special event. It really can. It's just that, anyhow, the Marilyn Mansons, the beautiful people, that one's a good one. There's quite a few of them that he had. Was it Heart-Shaped World or something that he had that everybody hated it, but I liked it?
I don't know.
It had the song If I Were a Vampire. That's actually a very good album.
That is a damn good song.
It is a good song. That whole album is good. Yeah. I think he's got one like Red Carpet Ride or something. So, yeah, the Marilyn Mansons. Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie is an odd human being. He really is.
I wasn't expecting him to be vegan.
Yeah, really. We found that out today, and it's like, what? And Hellbilly Deluxe. I didn't even know that there was a Hellbilly Deluxe 2 until today.
Yeah. It's actually just Hellbilly. It's just the deluxe version has more songs on it.
And that album was just so kick-ass. All of it.
Oh, it's a damn good album from start to finish.
Yeah.
Hence why I got it.
Well, Super Bass, Dragula, Living Dead Girl. I mean, Spook Show Baby, who could not like that?
Can we talk about the intro, though? The intro and the interludes?
Yeah, they're interesting.
Oh my god, those are freaky as hell.
They're scary.
I love Call of the Zombie, though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll just listen to that on its own.
Yeah. Well, it is like a mini horror movie. It really is.
Watch his movie, House of a Thousand Corpses. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it.
I hated it. I hated it.
I like it.
One of our favorite groups, and we go through spells of this, and you have to be careful where you listen and what volume. Rammstein. Love them. Love them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to pronounce this.
Ik tu de vie.
That's it. Ik tu de vie. That is the best video ever.
Yeah. It's so cool.
And the guy that plays...
Du Hast is really good.
Du Hast is good. But now the video for Ik tu is amazing. The keyboard player is just... She gets freaked out by him, but she likes him. Awesome. He's awesome.
I like him. I want to be that piano player.
The lead singer, I'm telling you, the lead singer has essence of my uncle, which is interesting.
The only thing I get is like the eyes.
Well, that's it. The shape, the shape of the face and all that stuff. But for that video, that was the one. And he gets on to me as far as saying the word drilled. But they had wanted to have the inside of his mouth lit. Mm-hmm. And so they were trying to figure out all these different ways to do that and stuff. And so what he finally did was that he had drilled a hole in his jaw. He poked a hole in his jaw, ran the light through it, and the effect is phenomenal. If you hear this high squeaky noise in the background, that is Snuffy Boy.
He's going to have to be toothless soon.
Yeah, because that's how we get rid of the snuffies. Anyhow, Rammstein. And another one was Deutschland that they came out with a year or so ago. That one's really good. That's like a mini movie. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. Next one, Slipknot.
Yeah.
Corey Taylor. Woo! Corey Taylor is the shit. I mean, the man can sing anything. You know, he's been in like 2 or 3 bands, you know, and just phenomenal. Slipknot can go from just hardcore kid is amusing himself with the snuffy boy noises.
He sounds like a balloon.
He does sound like a balloon. But my favorite by Slipknot was the subliminal verses.
That's a good album.
Oh my God, that's another one. All of it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Vermilion 1 and 2, Pulse of the Maggots. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Duality. All of it is all. Before I forget,
my favorite one is The Virus of Life.
Yeah, that one is freaky.
As fuck.
It is disturbing.
Yeah,
it is. You know, but that is my favorite Slipknot album to date. And Clay, youngest kid.
Now y'all know my name.
I had said it before. Anyhow, he introduced me to a band quite a while ago, and it just never did click in my head, but it really should.
It's because they have one of those names that just doesn't stick.
No, it doesn't. In This Moment.
It's a good band.
It really is.
Especially, like, the first song that I was introduced to, that like, introduced me to the band, was Whore.
Right.
Oh, music video is like amazing. I love it so much.
And the singer is Maria Brink, and the guitarist is Chris. Is it Howarth? Howarth. And let me tell you something, Miss Brink, she got the screamo down.
And she doesn't sound like one of these little wimpy like
no
little girl screamo.
She's got a woman's voice. She doesn't have baby girl voice, which coming from an adult woman is weird. It's just weird.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah. But his favorite songs, Big Bad Wolf, Whore, Sick Like Me, Blood. Now, we'll tell you, she's got a video that is called The Fighter.
It's so dramatic, and I love it.
Very MacArthur Park-esque.
The song is very good.
I have these huge, overblown, dramatic movements as he's playing that because it deserves that.
It's just that you do that just because of the music video.
Yes, it is.
The song is so good, though. It really is.
Next one, as far as shock rock, Gwar. God love them. And Gwar, years ago, and they are actually from Northern Virginia. I think they're from Richmond. And Cousin and I had contemplated going to see them. They have these, the costuming was amazing because they created these molds and stuff themselves. And the founder was Dave Brocky, and his character was Odorous Urungus. And I mean, some of these costumes were just perverse. They really were, but they were hilarious. And he had an amazing voice. So don't let the costuming and stuff prevent you from listening to him.
He died, so.
He did. In 2014, OD'd on heroin.
And just like that, Big died.
Well, it's
just like, oh yeah, he died. He's dead.
And I will tell you this, you can go, Sleazy P. Martini was one of his bandmates, and he was an artist and stuff, and he supposedly was the manager that goes in the mythology of it. Mm-hmm. He has a YouTube channel, and he's doing sort of like news shorts, which I appreciate, but he also does a live stream on Saturday nights at 9, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And he's still remarkably broken about Brocky's death, and so are a lot of the people that are his subscribers that are there in the live stream. And I mean, you have some die-hard Gwar fans in there.
I went to school with one.
Did you?
Tara.
Okay. And that's okay.
She liked guar. She wanted me to go to a guar bar.
That would have been fun. Yeah, the guar bar still exists. So that could be fun. It really could. And guar has gone on, but, Sleazy P is no longer part of it. There was no way in hell you could have ever replaced Brocky at all.
No. Nor Sleazy.
Oh, Sleazy's he's himself. And it was Styx Hex and Hammer 666 that he watches Sleazy. So that's how I found out about him. Mm. So, but, during the live stream, a lot of times Sleazy will sit there and get drunk. Everybody's like, watch him. Take another shot, Sleazy. Yeah, his people, he calls them crackheads, and that's the running gag. It's like, as far as him being the crack dealer. Thus the Sleazy.
That's funny.
He is funny. And in the last one, we were trying to figure out who to do for the last one, and I really didn't want to include this one. But there were so many other sites that did include them as far as shock rock. So I thought,
it wasn't shocking to you, but
it was not, because, and I wanted to see these folks in concert so bad because they were one of my favorites. They were just right up there with Alice Cooper and Ozzy for me. This is Wasp. Blackie Lawless. Oh my God.
I only have one song.
Oh, are you kidding? Albums like The Last Command, which has Blind in Texas. You've got Inside the Electric Circus, which was amazing. Headless Children is one of my favorites. No, what it is, it's political. If you listen to the lyrics, because Blackie Lawless is not a stupid man. He had a degree, or I guess he still got it, in political science. So when you dive into some of the lyrics, there is this questioning of why is society the way that it is. Mm-hmm. And one of the lyrics was, Father and God in heaven, it's like the children that you have created have lost their minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've got that, their stage show, they threw raw meat into the crowd. There was the cod piece with the buzzsaw thing going through it. And all this stuff, and I wanted to go to this show so bad. But it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That was it. That was the majority of the music. They did a cover of The Real Me that kicks ass. Mm. Yes.
Okay. I don't know much about
Wasp. But as far as them being shock rock, for their stage show, I guess. And then
for the time, I guess, too.
Well, true. And then Blackie sort of got into some really dark stuff.
Bricks of evil.
Oh, God. That was Danzig. That was Danzig with the bricks of evil. But that was at a certain point. I no longer followed the band. But from what I had heard, he got into some, like I said, as far as dark occult stuff.
Then went crazy.
But he's not crazy now. And he actually, it's amazing because Alice Cooper and Blackie Lawless are very much Christian.
He screamed at bricks.
That was Danzig that screamed at the bricks.
Well, why was he screaming bricks of evil? Why was he screaming at the bricks?
He wasn't doing that. That was somebody made a meme of him screaming at the bricks.
But why were they evil? Why was he screaming at? Why was he screaming at the bricks?
I think that substances were a factor on that one. Yeah.
Put down the pipe.
You really. And that was
down the straw.
Glenn Danzig, as far as the video, Her Black Wings. Go back and look at that one because, damn, he looked like something out of Conan, and he was just ripped and was amazing. Then go and look what he looks like now. I mean, all of us get old, and all of us change, but some people, God love them. And Blackie Lawless is like that, too. When I first saw him, and I'm not downing the man at all, but it was just kind of shocking. And Chris Holmes was the original guitarist, a very talented individual, just poster child for AA. I mean, honestly.
Oh, God.
And I think he finally did get dried out. So, yeah.
Good.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Mm.
But
Loves
those are our top shock rock peoples.
Yes.
And I'm sure we have missed a shit ton of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me add a certain one on there.
If it was somebody that I didn't know and that nobody else is going to know.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
That's upcoming
Even though
artist.
they're a dead album, you know, or a dead band.
It's all over with. It's all over with.
But their music is still available and they're still good.
Okay. We could do a Southern rock favorites.
I will no. No. I will go out to that decrepit dairy out in the back and I will sit for days in protest.
Monster Truck. Don't Tell Me How to Live. That's new Southern rock. Don't Tell Me How to Live. Good stuff. But
I
shock
will
rock.
sit in the decrepit dairy and just nope. I will protest.
Well, you can just go right out there in the cold with the possums and protest to your heart's content, and I will be in here playing Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet.
Dear God.
Anyhow, if you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you got to go to a WASP concert and got to be slapped upside of the head by raw meat, if you've had local, regional, or family myths or legends,
how many times did people
send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. The address is always in the description box. You all have a beautiful, blessed day. We appreciate you for sharing mirth and coffee with us.
I want to know who got smacked in the face directly in the face.
Oh, that would be an honor. That would be an honor.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good share with us your music thing.
Yeah.
Music collection.
Yeah. So we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS.